What's happening, guys? So, USAPL is doing their first pro meet. Which, if you guys haven't been paying attention, I know a lot of you guys don't follow powerlifting closely. USAPL, they've been a meme in the past, depending upon who you talk to, but they've been doing a lot for their lifters the last couple of years. They're bucking the IPF right now, going against the grain with the laws that the IPF are trying to lay down on them. Seriously, they've really taken their lifters' backs as of late, and this pro division is a cool concept. So it's um, you know inviting the best of the best to certain meets, paying out cash prizes. The Virginia chairman is putting up quite a bit of his own money to do this first one, and the it's a formula based cash meet, so it really doesn't matter what weight class you're in per se, um, as much as your weight and the total and what the score gives you. And as of right now, it looks like they're going to use good lift points, which is currently what the IPF and USAPL uses to determine best lifter. And here's where it gets kind of weird. I'm not a super big fan of formulas myself. I've made videos called weight classes or participation trophies because they are. It is what it is. That sounds like a negative connotation, um, but it's just it's facts. Weight classes are there. It concedes that there are certain people who don't have what it takes to be as big and strong as humanly possible and put up the biggest total. So it gives them an area to compete against other people who don't have what it takes to get as big and strong as possible. That's what weight classes are. It evens a playing field for people who can't compete in an unlimited sense. Um, so I've always been biased towards the biggest total myself. This formula, however, it's it's very much detrimental to the bigger guys, and in a way, to me, that even some other formulas can be detrimental, and you can end up with some weird shit. But this is so far beyond. So currently, Taylor Atwood has the biggest good lift point score. It's like 123 point something. Um, Dennis Cornelius, who is a 120 kilo lifter in the USAPL, the best 120 kilo lifter in the USAPL, uh, posted some calculations on his Instagram, and for Ray Williams, who has the biggest drug tested sleeve total in human history, the biggest total in the USAPL. For Ray to beat that good lift point score by Taylor Atwood. Um, Taylor Atwood is a 73 kilo lifter, and his total. Now I'm saying kilos, and but Dennis Cornelius posted totals in pounds, so I'm gonna switch to pounds here momentarily. But Atwood is a 73 kilo lifter, so I think it's 165, somewhere around there. Totaled 1848 and a half, which is a great total for that weight class. Don't get me wrong. The best total for that weight class. Extremely impressive, and he missed a bench on a technicality. That total could be higher. But anyway, with that total and his good lift point score, Ray Williams would have to total 2,744 pounds to tie that good lift point score. That total, spoiler alert, is not going to happen. That's about 300 pounds higher currently than his world record total. And that's almost 900 pounds. He would have to out total Taylor Atwood by 900 pounds to win best lifter by this formula. Out totaling somebody by 900 pounds. You out total them by 850 pounds. Sorry about your luck, bro. They're a better lifter than you. You didn't win today. And again, that's assuming this is what Taylor totaled was going on his previous meet. There was definitely some more to be had there. But yeah, I just can't buy in a sport where the object is to have the biggest total possible that you could out total somebody by hundreds of pounds in the warm-up room before you even get to the platform. Their platform world record total, you out total by hundreds of pounds in warm-ups. Like, your warm-ups would staple them to the floor. And they are a better lifter. Like, that doesn't do it for me. And unfortunately, it de-incentivizes the bigger guys to compete at these meets. These pro meets people be traveling for. You want them to be competitive. And you want more people. The more people that have a chance at the money, the better. It makes for a more compelling meet. And be more interesting to watch and all of that stuff. And this formula, there's people like Ray is not going to total 2,700 pounds. Jesus Oliveira would have to total like 26 something. Again, they'd have to put up these big absurd totals that nobody has totaled before and nobody's going to total for years to come to even have a chance if Taylor had an off day. So I feel like, I don't know. I've not seen how they're splitting the prize money. Like if it's like a first place gets all, or if they're divvying it up, first through third, men's, women's, whatever. I feel like the big dogs way of doing it would be better, and just taking all the 120s and up, and go by total. You guys are in this division. All the pick some middle weights. You guys are all going to be in this now division, and then pick some light weights, and there, instead of going by this formula that again would have you out total somebody by 800 pounds and not be as good of a lifter as them. That part really stuck out to me, and it's preposterous. Even Dennis Cornelius, I think he's going to weigh in around 130, and he would have to total 2,400 and something, just to sniff where Taylor would be. And the debate's been going both ways on Instagram. There's some people who are like, oh yeah, that's kind of fucked up, that's crazy. And then some people are like, oh, stop crying about it, blah blah blah. Some people always want to take that hostility route and just be, oh well, I saw this formula and I'm not complaining about it, it just makes me want to work harder. And it's like, yeah, but if you're Ray, you're not going to total 2,744 pounds. I don't care how hard you work. You're going to fucking lift more than everybody at the goddamn meet by a lot. Especially when we're talking about the people who are going to, win by formula. You're going to out total those people by hundreds of pounds. As it sits right now, Ray's best total is 600 pounds bigger than Atwood's best total. And again, we're talking a super heavy and a 73. Or a 74, excuse me. Obviously there's some discrepancy there, but a 600 pound difference in total. Like I said, you're out totaling somebody in the warm-up room with weights that could crush them, but they're getting rewarded as a better lifter, even though they're conceding by nature of weight classes that they can't lift as much as you, and they have to compete against other people in their weight class, to be able to be competitive. So man, that's that's crazy that that formula, you know, is that far skewed. I even, Wilks, like the old Wilks, seem to heavy like really or seem to favor really heavy guys and really light guys. Um, but even still, it was a lot closer, and I think Atwood still has a better old formula Wilks than anybody, but it's close enough that if he had a bad day or something, there would be a chance for bigger boys uh, to be competitive and in the money. So, and that's the thing; it's a money meet, uh, and you need some way, whether it be splitting up the prize money like per weight class, which I don't think they're going to do because that's really going to water down the prize money, or somebody suggested give one first place prize to the biggest total and then one to the best formula, and I think that's a little bit of a compromise. And at least the big total would get rewarded there. But in terms of the sport itself, I feel like the biggest total should always be the biggest reward. Uh, the only thing I really see in terms of money wise, where the money maybe should be skewed more towards like the 74s and 83s and stuff, is their presence on social media is bigger. So you could make the argument that they're going to draw more viewers, more money, that they're bringing more money into the sport, so they should get the bigger cut of it. I can buy that. I that's a very valid point, a very valid argument. I see that 100%. But in terms of like calling somebody the best lifter at a given meet, no, you're again, if somebody else's weights, their warm up weights, will stable you to the ground, they're a better lifter than you, guy, and they're better at me than turning off the